Hey, it's just your past. Just checking if you're going to join the meeting.
Well, we'll see. I tried.
Okay.
And it says join a meeting. Okay. Meeting ID. All right. Now I gotta get the meeting ID. Do you have that? Because it wouldn't let me join. Evidently, it must have been a different one for the
He's doing the second one.
hearing.
You're doing the second one. This is the first one.
Oh,
This is a public hearing.
okay.
Yep.
I
So,
don't have the meeting ID handy right there. Do you have it?
yep, 845-5796-6584.
Out of there.
982045. Yep, good. Sounds good. All right. All right, and then we close out of this one and then you gotta go into the next meeting when we're done with this one. So,
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Bye.
All right. So, everybody on?
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to open up this meeting, public hearing for the 2021 budget. Roll call?
Let's see, Isaacson,
Yes.
Strobush,
Here.
Leonard,
Here.
Planum,
Here.
Raymond Schneider,
Here.
Elkin,
Here.
Van Blaricom.
Here.
Okay, we get the roll call done. Okay, the public hearing is now open for the 2021 City of Amory budget. Is there anybody out in the public that would like to speak? Is there anybody on?
We have John Thompson, Ashley Long.
Okay.
And that's it, it's not council.
Okay.
Or staff.
Okay, the hearing is now open. Do we have any discussion and recommendations from the council?
Yes. At our last budget hearing, I made the motion to, or the suggestion to take money from the capital equipment fund and divert it to the library. And at that time, I was unaware of the fact that all of the department budgets in the for the city of Amory had been reduced to some level so that we could maintain that. And I would now like to say that we should add that money back to capital budgets, to capital equipment budgets, and remove it from the library budget. I think it was, correct me, Ben, if I'm wrong, but it was in the neighborhood of $6,000.
Yeah, it was $6,000 taken from capital to put back.
Okay. Yeah. And I think we need to add that back to the capital equipment budget in lieu of the fact that we've had several costs come in from projects that we have to do this year that have come in higher than what we had anticipated. So that would be my suggestion, that we go back to the original amounts that were presented at our last budget hearing, our last budget meeting, rather.
Let's quantify that account, the final budget number.
for the library?
It will not affect the final budget number, no.
No, but the final library budget number.
Rick, do you wanna go with the original number or 200,000? Cause the original number that Jonathan put out there was 194.
Yeah, and we added, we didn't add 12,000 to the budget. We took 6,000 off, right?
Originally, we put 12,000 back onto the library budget to bring it up to 206 and took 12 off capital.
Okay, so, I know everybody's scratching for dollars, but, was 200 what we did last year for the budget for the library?
206 is what we did. I think 200 is what the library appropriation was in 2018. Let me
Okay.
double check.
The library
Yeah,
was,
That's what I think we should go back to.
that was 206.
I would have to agree with Rick. First off, before we start this, I just want to thank everybody that was involved with this process. Ben, Patty, Jonathan, all the department heads. I think this was probably one of, if not the easiest, quote unquote, budget sessions we've had or budget processes we've had over the years. Definitely the bringing Jonathan into the equation has made it a much better process, and I think we have a much better product at the end. Not only a budget itself, but a guide to the future. We're making historical data as to why we put money where and our thoughts on that, and I think that's going to guide us into the future much better. As far as the money for the library, I know that the library has threatened us with, well, they're going to have to reduce service and productivity and everything, but everybody's has to take a hit. Street and police took a hit this year with my reduction in overtime. I requested 20% reduction through the year, and we'll see how the end of the year comes out. We're closer to about 10 for 2021. I'm going to ask for another 10, but I think all the departments have taken a cut. They've figured out how to deliver the same service at a lesser price. And I would have to agree with Rick. And I don't know if we have to make a motion on that to make an amendment to the budget or how we go about that process, but I'll second it if that's the case.
Clarify the amount though that we're going to.
So the motion made and seconded is for 200,000 flat to be appropriated to the library, right?
So how much of a reduction is that?
Over what we have
$6,000,
Okay.
which is what we talked, or, we added 12, and now to go back to the 2018 level and keep that extra 6 in the capital equipment fund. So the budget would not be necessarily, the final budget figures would stay the same.
To me, I think, so I'm the one who made the original motion to put it at 206. It seems petty to reduce it by $6,000. And quite frankly, it seems somewhat punitive.
Well, the issue for me is not necessarily reducing the library budget. The issue is that, we talked to the guy that we pay to help us with the budget, and he suggested that our reserve funds were substantially lower. And in fact, the city reserve funds are substantially lower than the library reserve funds. So, I guess pick your poison, whatever you want to do. But I don't necessarily think it's a good idea to reduce the city's overall reserve so that the library maintains their reserve. I realize, when you talk about dollars, 6,000 isn't a whole lot, but it causes pain all the way around,
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, we have a motion on the floor and seconded, to reduce the,
Is this something we can actually do in the meeting that we're in right now? Because aren't we in the public hearing at this point in time and not in the actual council meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do that.
Good point.
okay. At this point, you are correct. Thank you, Sarah. So, any other public comment? Close the hearing.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then I declare this hearing closed.
Ask for a motion
For adjournment.
to close the hearing.
Oh, we have a motion to close the hearing?
So moved.
Second that with discussion, please.
Yep.
Just for the record, Patty, can you, and I see your document on your shared screen, but I can't get to the bottom of the page. Can you just make a statement as to what the total budget is, what the increase in budget is from 2020, and what that impact on property tax would be?
Okay.
Per thousand.
According to our, go ahead.
That per thousand number.
Okay. So the city tax levy for 2020 is 1,825,588. And for 2021, it's 1,842,592 with an amount change of 17,004 at 0.93% change. City tax rate per thousand level is in 2020, it was 10.8707. In 2021, it's 10.9547. The amount change is 0.0840 at a 0.77% difference. City assessed value without the TID in 2020 was 167,936,538. 2021, it was 168,200,859 for a change of 264,321 with a change of 0.16%.
Thank you.
So, any further discussion from anybody? So we have a motion on the floor and seconded to close this hearing. All in favor?
Hey.
Um,
Aye.
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 Any opposed, say no. The hearing's closed. So we need a motion to adjourn.
We should have that motion that was discussed earlier in public hearing. It never really should have been discussed. It needs to be talked to Mel after we close out the public portion.
Okay. So now we're closed out of the public portion. Can we go back to the library?
Library discussion?
Library discussion. There was a motion made and seconded during that period. Any discussion?
I think properly he needs to remake that motion.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
we have to restate.
All right.
I'll make the motion to reduce the library funding from 206 to 200,000 and add the $6,000 back to the capital equipment fund from which it was taken a week ago.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Now close it.
Okay, motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
I
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We're in adjournment.
So now just go ahead and click